Hello everybody and welcome back. We are here for week 19 of the hashtag Altered Index 2024 challenge. This is a challenge that I'm running in my Facebook group, Non-Stop Papercrafts, and it's also being hosted in the Junk Journaling for Everyone Facebook group. Each week I am giving you 3 prompts to alter an index card. Now it doesn't have to be an index card as such, I'm just using an index card because I have a lot of them, but I've seen lots of people doing this on tags, doing this on smaller journaling cards, or just journaling straight into their art book, just using the prompts as some inspiration. So this week we have the colour orange, the word hopeful, and the thing leaf. So there are 3 prompts for today. Now I must admit, orange is not a colour that I tend to use very often, so I have tried to dig out the closest thing I have to orange, and I found a word that has hope in it, not hopeful, but that's close enough. And leaf, I do have some dies that I'm going to be using. So having a little look then at what I've got, so I've got my index card ready. Again, going to be using my worksheets because I am loving using these at the moment. It's a great way to use up that stash. And this one was paper clipped up here because did we have hope for tomorrow? That's it. So I've put a little paper clip next to each of the quotes just so I can try and remember where they are, so I'm not spending ages looking over. So I've got 3 to choose from. You're all I had hoped to find in every single way. Thinking about finding leaves, trying to maybe tie that in. Or we've got learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. Or hope is never lost. So they're the 3 quotes that I've got that have hope in them. So might possibly come back to those in a minute. And yeah, so I'm going to do my leaves, and I was thinking of doing some watercolour. So I'm actually going to be using the watercolours I received recently from Grabie, and using the water brush that I also got from Grabie. These are such a cute little set. I have had a play around with these already, and the colours on them are absolutely beautiful. I have done my little colour swatch, so there it is. And as you can see, I have already been using them. So I'm going to use those, I think, to create a sort of background for my leaves, and then I'm going to cut them out from this cardstock. So I've got these dies, and they're ever so slightly a different shape. But what I'm thinking is I should be able to definitely get 3 leaves from here. And I'm going to cut them out. Like I said, I'm just going to do the background in watercolour. The only problem with the watercolours is I haven't quite got an orange. Although this looks orange, this is how it kind of comes out on the watercolour, so it's actually a yellow. I guess I could kind of keep going over it so it's a bit more orangey, or just mix it with a bit more red. I mean, the burnt sienna I could probably mix in there a little bit as well. I did dig out this ink as well. It's called Mango, so I thought that might be a way to kind of get some orange on there as well. So I'm going to have a little bit of a play anyway and try and create a background for the leaves. And then depending how the leaves turn out, these are the backgrounds that I'm going to use to cover my index card. So I've got a choice of this one, which I believe was from Your Creative Studio. I think it was part of their baking box that I received from them. But I just thought it still kind of fits in with the leaves. I mean, it's not an orange in colour, but you know, it's kind of the yellowish colour. And then I've got this one, which is a Graphic 45 one. I've got this kind of farm set, but this does have sort of oranges and that in it. So I thought, well, actually, if I've got orange and green leaves, I need a kind of neutral background. So that's why I've pulled out these 2. So I'll see how the leaves turn out first, and then I'll decide which one I'm going to use. So let's crack on with creating a background. So I think I'm just going to get myself a little palette just to kind of mix up some of the colours. And I say a little palette, I've got this huge one, but it will do. And then what what colours do I want? So I do want a green, so I am just going to, I think, first of all, just get some green going. And I am just, I mean, I'm not a watercolour artist. I am just literally going to spread some colour and try and mix them up a little bit as well, blend them in. Have some areas that are a bit darker than others. But ideally I just want to try and cover as much of the card as I can. Okay, so that'll do for the green. Just going to grab myself some tissue. Okay, so I just use that to just try and get off some of the colour. Right, so now I need a bit of an orange, don't I? So I'm just going to grab some of this yellow. And pop it in there. And then I want some red. And also pop it in there. I'm just going to add that to this in places. Doesn't have to be everywhere. Once it's all dry, I'm going to add my mango anyway. Okay, and I think I'm going to add a little bit of red anyway. So it's going to be quite autumnal, this card. That's probably a bit too much red. Let's add some more water just to make that bleed a bit. I really love these water pens because it's just so easy to spread the colour. If you're not happy, you just kind of squirt out a little bit more water and it starts blending. Okay, I don't think that's too bad. I think that will get us some nice coloured leaves. So I'm just going to blot that out. Pop the lid back on. And I'm just going to pop that to the side to dry. Move these out the way. Right, just to speed up the drying process, I am going to use my heat gun, but I am going to put this bit on silent and sped up so that you're not waiting for me to get this all dry. Right, okay, so this is the background that I've got. Now this die does cut out the fine details, whereas this one just does the outside. So I'm going to do the outside, see how they look, and then I'll decide what colour I want to use to do the fine detail with. But I'm just going to lay those on there, cut those out, and then obviously I'll do one more on the other side once those are done. Right, okay, so I've got those cut out. I also cut out my tab because I thought I might as well get that ready as well. I just need to poke that bit out. There we go. Right, so if they're my leaves, what kind of background do we want them on? So we've got those. Or we've got that background. I think this one's probably better, isn't it? Because I think this is quite dark. So I think I'll go with this one. And I think to maybe get the innards, I'm going to use like a craft card because then it's like a dark brown, isn't it? So I think it will just help. But I am going to, just because orange is obviously the main colour, just going to bring in orange. Whoops. Maybe just add some more, even if it's just sort of around the edges or where it's a little bit lighter on here. Still a little bit yellowy, isn't it? Although judging by this dabber, I have had an orange, so I might just have a quick check in my stash if I've got something that's a little bit more orange. Okay, I've got pumpkin, which I think looks a little bit more brown, but let's have a look. I don't know, there's a bit of orange in there, so I'm just going to maybe not do it on the background, that's a silly idea. Maybe just add some pumpkin to some of this. There we go. Right, so that's those. I'm going to move those aside. As I said, I'm going to do the craft card. I'm just deciding, is that going to be too light? Do I want something a bit darker? Okay, I'm actually thinking I might go with the green, just because obviously those leaves are now very orange. So just to bring out some green, I'm going to go with this. So I'm just going to cut out those from here. Right, okay, so that's those pieces cut out. So I've just got to pop out obviously all the little pieces. I mean, this does become an extremely intricate die, but then that's then going to get stuck on there like that, which I think, yeah, definitely makes it look a lot better. So I'm just going to fiddle out the rest of these. Right, okay, so now that they're done, all we need to do is get them glued down. So just going to do these one at a time and just try and apply as much glue as I can. Now the nice thing about this particular glue is it does dry clear, so it doesn't matter if it oozes out a little bit, but I just try and brush along each of the pieces. Now I have got, which I always forget to use actually, but I bought it for intricate dies. It's like a double-sided tape almost, but it's an adhesive especially for intricate dies. So you'd stick it on the back of whatever paper or card you're choosing, and then you can just peel it off when it's die cut. Like I said, I bought it for dies like this, but I always forget using it. I'm just going to put something heavy on it for a minute just so that can stick, and do the next one. Right, okay, so I've got 2 leaves, just wait for that one a minute to dry. But yeah, they actually look quite good. And then when you've got them on the background, they do actually stand out a little bit, which is obviously what we're after. So, excellent. Those can go to the side. That means I need to trim this down so that it fits on here. I'm just going to bring in my mini trimmer. Now normally when I mark it and things like that, it still never fits, so I just thought I'd just cut it straight to the size of the card. So I believe this one's also a sticker, so that makes it a bit easier. I'm just going to line it up with the bottom corner, stick that bit in place. And that is a super easy background, love it. Yeah, Your Creative Studio, I think I got this from. Right, so then we have our leaves. So one was going to be upside down, so that's got a lot of brown in it as well. So I think I'm going to have it that way. So I have one upside down. I could have them all the same way. You know, let's be playful. Let's have one upside down. So yeah, I think they're going to go like that. And then my sentiment. Just wondering whether I want something going through the middle. Okay, I've got this, which is kind of, again, a pumpkin-y colour. It's like an orangey brown. I think I might have this through the middle. Or do I have it over the leaves? Let's put those back. No, let's have them behind. Right, I'm going to use some double-sided tape for this. So I think the other side is the nicest side. Okay, I'm going to tear it there because I'm going a bit wonky. About to there. Right. Just going to press that down and then pick off that backing. There we go, like that. Now I'm just going to flip it over, cut these bits off. Obviously this is my journaling space on the other side, so I don't want it there. Okay, now we can stick these down. So let's just get them in place. So I was going to have those two there. This one was going to be upside down. Just making sure that the spacing is right. Okay, so about there. Right, okay. Where's that pin gone? So that leaves us with the sentiment. So what did we have? Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. I quite like that one. You're all I hope to find in every single way. Or you find leaves, but I don't think that really fits with this, so I don't think I'll use that one. Hope is never lost. No, I think I'm going to go with... Oh, got washi tape stuck to that one. I think I'm going to go with this one. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. And I'm going to try and stick it in the middle. Is that about the middle? And there we are. So let's add this. So I'm just going to add maybe just a bit of yellow, a bit of orange behind there, just so that when I fold this over it doesn't look so white. That's better. Right, and then we need the number. What number did I say we were on? 19. Right, so I'm going to bring in my punch. So this is the punch that I use to get the numbers each time. I think I showed this in the first and the second video, but normally I have this bit prepared. I am not prepared today. So I've got those two, and then all you do is pop in the number. And then I look on the back just so I can kind of get it as close to the edge and to the previous number as possible. So there's my 1. And there's my 9. Right, and then these need to get stuck on here. So I do use my weeding tool for this because it is quite fiddly and I'm no good with stickers. Even when I've got tools, I'm no good with stickers, clearly. Right, there we go, number 1. And number 9. Right, so now I just need to go around the edge, because I've been going around the edge of each of the numbers just to help it kind of stand out a little bit. And then number 9. Okay, so number 19. Right, now I need to work out where in my box it's going. So let's move some of this rubbish out of the way. So this is how my box is looking at the moment, and I'm loving how all of these are in here. But this is where I keep my template as well. So we are on number 19, which will go on the third one along. So it's going to go here. So again, I need my glue. That's where that one goes. So there's my number 19. So I'm just going to bring in my prompts again. So we had leaf, hopeful and orange. So we've got orange in our card. I've certainly got the leaves, and I haven't got hopeful, but I did include the word hope. Well, that's this week's challenge. I hope you join in. Don't forget to use the hashtag AlteredIndex2024 if you do. If you're looking for any inspiration on previous cards, you can check out my playlist down below. Also, if you use that hashtag in Facebook or Instagram or even on YouTube, you'll be able to see lots of other people also posting their interpretations of the prompts. I have seen some of the most beautiful cards using these prompts, so definitely go and check out that hashtag. Go and see what everybody else is up to with these challenges as well. That's everything from me today. If you have enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a like. I would really love it if you subscribed and click that bell button so you are notified of all future crafty videos. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next crafty video. Bye for now.